Welcome to On Cue Magazine. I'm Stacy Smith. If you live in Allegheny County, you may be experiencing a sense of deja vu these days. The dreaded issue of property assessments has come off the back burner and is at the forefront of a heated debate now. Although new assessment values have not been officially assigned, property owners have been finding out by way of the internet how high they could go. Now, Allegheny County Executive Dan Honorado has proposed a controversial solution to the cap to cap the increases at 4%. The County Council will vote tomorrow on the proposed assessment cap. Well, tonight, On Cue's Michael Bartley samples public opinion, which for many can be summarized with these 4 words. Here we go again.
It's an 8.5-room house, and I have 4 bedrooms.
And 74-year-old Marion Stewart loves her house here in Stanton Heights. She and her late husband Ted moved in back in 1958.
I raised all 3 of my children here in this house.
Now a widow and on a fixed income, the cheerful Marion appreciates her kids living close by. They keep an eye on you, I guess.
My son came home from the first Persian Gulf War after Dad died and said, "I'm coming home." And I said, "Well, if you were looking for Saddam Hussein," I says, "you got a job ahead of you now, keeping up with Mom."
But Marion wasn't laughing when she heard the new pre-assessment value of the house went up about 30%. You're on a fixed income.
Yes, I am.
The new assessment value for this home went from $67,200 to $87,800. That's almost $21,000 increase.
I think it's ridiculous. I really do. I said there's so many people now who are losing their homes. You look in the paper and you see houses up, they lost their homes, and I think it's ridiculous.
If these figures hold up, an extra $21,000 you're liable for in terms of the tax rate, how are you going to pay it on a fixed income?
Well, I do have support of my children. And like a lot of people my age, they're, selling their homes, they're leaving the city, or they're going in, or leaving the area, and going into the suburbs. And it's ridiculous.
Some have gone up significantly, yes, and some are down.
Brenda Frazier is studying the new assessment values. She has to. She's a county councilwoman representing several City of Pittsburgh neighborhoods, including Stanton Heights, Garfield, the North Side, the South Side. Overall, the uncertified 2006 assessment numbers for the city have gone up more than 25% compared to the current assessment values.
I think what we're supposed to do is make sure it's fair for everybody. That would be my assessment.
Frazier, as you can see, accesses the new numbers just like anyone else by logging onto the Allegheny County website, going to the Real Estate Assessment section, clicking OK, then filling in an address or a name to find out the proposed assessment numbers. And while the uncertified 2006 numbers, as they're called, haven't been mailed out yet, they're seen here on the website. In Frazier's case, the current assessment of her house stands at $112,500. The new uncertified 2006 base value jumped to $133,100, an 18% increase. An assessment basically is done every 3 years in Allegheny County to make sure everyone is paying their fair share of taxes. Property taxes are levied based on the assessed value of a property. And with new uncertified assessments showing an increase of 10, 20, 30, 40% and more in many cases, County Executive Dan Honorado wants to cap the numbers, no increase beyond 4% as it relates to assessments.
Only the ones
Councilwoman Frazier is getting plenty of calls.
And after the numbers were released and they could check on the website themselves, about 80% are saying, vote for the cap, definitely.
And while County Council is trying to decide whether to approve the 4% cap,
I'm not the only one who looks like this.
There is other ones that look like this.
We are a townhouse condominium. They are all the same.
No doubt politicians are having flashbacks to the 2002 reassessment. We covered it back then. a story dominated by public anger and some 90,000 appeals. It's no wonder this time around the numbers are still uncertified until the politicians figure out how to handle it, with more than 70% of residential properties countywide seeing an uncertified assessment increase.
It ain't over till it's over.
This man should know. Assessment consultant Michael Suley is considered the expert on the assessment process in Allegheny County.
This time around, you know what the most basic question is? It seems people say, why do we even have to do this again?
Because each year, if you own real estate in Allegheny County, you receive a tax bill from the school district, from the municipality, and from the county, which is also a taxing body. Everyone's talking about abolishing the property tax, but the tax bills keep coming. That's why.
Suley understands it's deja vu for property taxpayers with reassessments coming every 3 years, but says an assessment increase and subsequent tax increase shouldn't be considered all bad.
It shows that the city of Pittsburgh, contrary to what has been said, still has a pulse, and that there are some neighborhoods where property is appreciating at a very high rate.
Suley has mixed feelings about the proposed 4% cap on assessment increases.
It's good and it's bad. If you don't cap or put a stop to this, if you just let everything happen that happened 3 years ago, you're going to have a lot of angry people. Just capping the assessments doesn't fix the overall problem, which are inequities in the system. And it would be great if you could cap millage rates for 3 years. That won't happen.
Suley believes just capping assessment numbers across the board penalizes who he calls lower-end property owners.
It seems the majority of people would say, hey, cap it at 4%. Great idea. My assessment can't go up 4%. However, if I own a $60,000 house, I cap it at 4% on the assessment. If I own a $2 million house, we cap it at 4% under the proposal. The guy with the $2 million house is sort of better off, isn't he?
Yes, under your scenario, the answer is yes. And unfortunately, this solution, this cap, is locked in for 3 years. So people generally will not see any tax relief until 2009. As far as tax equity is, Michael.
Because the guy with $2 million house could be saving tens of thousands of dollars. The burden would fall on the people with the $60,000 houses, wouldn't they?
That's right. This is the bottom line. There are tens of thousands of people paying more than they should be paying in property taxes. There are tens of thousands of people paying way less than they should be paying in property taxes. It's just not fair.
You've called this Robin Hood in reverse. Why?
Well, under the present system, there are properties in Wilkinsburg. If a property is overassessed in Wilkinsburg by only $10,000, that's $500 more a year in taxes on a $20,000 property. That's a lot of money to someone in that area. I've seen $2 million properties assessed at less than $1 million. It's just not fair. It's not fair. One person's tax break is another person's tax. That's how this system works.
Suley predicts even if County Council approves the 4% cap tomorrow night on assessment increases, it will go all the way to the court anyway. Undoubtedly, many believe a school district will file suit saying the 4% cap is unconstitutional and would unfairly limit tax collection for a school district, for example. And don't forget, many believe an assessment increase, that is, while it comes with a bigger tax bill, it also means property has appreciated. Now, we talk most about the city, but make no mistake about it, in many of the suburbs, the assessment values are way higher than they were 3 or 4 years ago as well. And again, it's such a very complicated subject as well. Our live guest tonight will work out some of those issues.
Indeed, he will. At least we hope so, Michael. In fact, we are going to continue this conversation this evening with, when we come back, we'll take some of your questions as well. You'll have a chance to call in and talk with property assessment expert Mike Suley when On Cue continues, so stay connected.
You're watching On Cue magazine because these foundations care enough about local programming to help pay for it. The Howard Hines Endowment, the Richard King Mellon Foundation, the McCune Foundation, the Pittsburgh Foundation, the Hillman Foundation, the Grable Foundation. And these corporations also support On Cue.
PNC Grow Up Great, preparing young people for school and life so that an entire generation won't just grow up, they'll grow up great.
Have a greater hand in your health with Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield.
And we couldn't do it without you, the members of WQED.
We are talking this evening about assessments in Allegheny County, an issue that has once again many property owners feeling underwhelmed and overtaxed. Chris Moore is with tonight's guest, an assessment expert who was a member of the Allegheny County Assessment Board and then later worked with property owners to appeal their assessments. Chris?
Well, that's right, Stacy. Mike Suley has been on both sides of the assessment issue, and he joins us now with some insight into the pros and cons of the proposed 4% cap. We are also going to open up the phone lines and try to get to some of your questions too. So the numbers to call if you have a question about your assessments or property tax assessments in general is 412-683-3505. Again, that number is 412-683-3505. Dial in right now. Mike, let's turn to you. As we said, you've been on both sides of this issue. First of all, does council have enough votes to pass this tomorrow?
Oh, I believe the council does. The 4% cap will probably be approved by 12, 13 votes.
And we're talking about who that benefits and who that hurts. A lot of people say that this is a political solution that our county executive, Mr. Honorado, has designed to mollify people who would otherwise be very upset, voters.
Well, I don't want to say it's a political solution. There are winners and losers no matter what happens tomorrow night. And there were repercussions down the road. In 1996, the then county commissioners froze assessments. I remember telling my clients back in '96, nothing will happen for the next 5 years.
Were you right?
I was wrong. It ended up in court, and a judge ordered a countywide reassessment that the cost the taxpayers $24 million. So I was dead wrong back then.
What about appeals, the whole appeals process if it passes tomorrow? When will that happen and what's the deadline?
Well, the deadline will be extended to May 31st. One thing, Chris, this is the 11th time in 5 years that the appeals deadline has been changed. It's very confusing to the public.
You've heard appeals, right?
Yes, I heard 5,000 appeals when I served on the county board.
Generally, how do they go? How did you decide somebody should win or lose?
Well, based on the evidence. I knew if someone was blowing smoke. I knew if someone came in with credible evidence that they were entitled to reductions.
How do you know that if you've never been in their house?
Well, I don't have to be in the house. It's based on the information provided at the hearing. And again, I have almost 28 years experience in the real estate business. If you tell me where you live, how much square footage you have, the condition of your house, show me photos, show me what homes are selling for on the street, I can come up with a pretty good guesstimate.
And is that good enough for most people? Do they go away satisfied after
for
the
paying
appeals?
taxes? You know, I know why most taxpayers are walking into the room, Chris. They want a reduction. Show me the evidence. If it's credible, honest, they get the reduction.
This was your idea to put this whole thing on the internet. A whole lot of people, we take calls here and at KDK where I work on the weekends, who are really upset with that process that their neighbors can go find out what they paid for their house.
Well, everyone is curious about what's